It's your boy Jay Corleone, and I just want to thank you for tuning into and listening to Club Talk. Today I got a special guest, my bro ESA. Yes, yes. Let's get it, man. How you feeling today, man?
Feeling pretty good, bro. Feeling pretty good.
That's good. All right, so let's get straight to the chase. How have you been as an artist, during this pandemic right now? How is the creative process going for you?
During the pandemic, I just been trying to distract everything that's been going on in the world and really just mainly focus on my music and my friends' music and just kind of like zone out from everything and just focus on myself and
Hmm.
whatever.
Okay, cool. So what inspired the name ESA?
Well, when I was in school, I my real name is Isaac, so at first I was going by ISA, ISA, the first three letters of my name, and
Mm-hmm.
I had like an in-school therapist, and one day I went in there and I was like, "Don't call me Isaac anymore, call me Izzo. That's what I go by." And he was like, "All right." And then the next day I go in, right before I left, he was like, "What was your name again, Issa?" And I just started dogging him for calling me Issa, and then like I was like straight dogging him. And then I kind of sat on that, and I was like, that just got like that ring to it, and
Yeah, do got it. It
yeah.
clicked low.
And a couple
Yeah.
of days later, I went back in there, and I was like, "Call me Issa from now on." And I just went from by Issa. All my friends call me Issa. That's
Mhm.
what I go by now.
So I gotta ask you a real club question right now. You in the tank, so I gotta ask you. As a white rapper, do you feel like you gotta go harder on tracks? Being white, do you feel like, yo, I know that they counting me out where I'm a white rapper, so they just go automatically, doubt.
Right. I feel like just as an artist, it don't even really matter about skin tone anymore. Like it obviously matters, but like at the same time, it doesn't. You feel me? Like there's not too many big white artists, like Eminem and
Or
and
just,
Kelly big, but
mm,
there are white artists, but it's really I feel like it's hard. So, but I feel like I don't really have to go too hard. I just kind of talk about everything that I've been through, and if I do go hard on the track, the beat's been murdered, and
mm,
no one can compete.
talk your shit. Talk your shit. So who inspired your style?
What inspired my style? I've when I was a kid, I listened to a lot of Eminem growing up, and just even once I really started becoming an artist and writing more, you just start listening like to the lyrics and how other artists use wordplay and how they can link these words like it's nothing. So
Yeah.
I really listen to a lot of Eminem, and I feel like Eminem is a great artist to try to mimic or understand his technique and flow because
Yeah.
he's just on such a different level from everybody else. So
Hmm.
I listened to a lot of what he says, and another one was Machine Gun Kelly. I feel like he really uses like simplicity. Why he can use big words, but like he makes it sound like as simple as it, and he's not all like these big words like Eminem, where like people don't really know what they mean.
Yeah. He ain't just throwing lyrics at you like, yeah. So what was the album that you listened to, like a go-to album that you had like growing up, to like, yo, this album raw as fuck. This album is fire.
Um, General Mission by Machine Gun Kelly. That's a good one.
Okay.
Relapse with Eminem. That whole album was hard. Um, like My Darling and like it's just like that was just such a great album, honestly. Um, but no, like just I really just listened to them. So those two albums are really good, and I really like those ones, honestly.
Okay. So stepping into the studio, what's your style like? Is it more I'm listening to the beat like Jay-Z and coming up, how I want to formulate for the song, or is it more of a Nas, a writing process and thought process?
It's more of like I guess it's more of Nas, but in my opinion, I have my writing technique is different from other rappers. But
Mm,
like sometimes I'll hear a beat and I already know what it's gonna sound like, and I just start writing to it, and it's just on beat, and it just sounds good. But on like the more deeper songs that I write, the more meaningful ones, it
yeah.
really be taking some time for real. Like, um, what was it? I think it was Dear God took me like 2 weeks to write.
Man, dear God, that was an emotional like roller coaster song right there. What, like, I know what inspired the song, but to the people out there that haven't heard it, like, what inspired that song? Because I feel like songs like that need to be told, it need to be made.
Yeah, well, it's about everything that I was going through when I was like 15 and 16, and just the whole thought process I had. Like, everyone was telling me, oh, as long as God's on his side, like, everything's gonna go good. But yet, I was over here praying and praying and praying to get out of that situation that I was in, and nothing was happening. And so
Yeah,
that song just basically me just saying, like, if you was really there, like, how come you didn't help me? Like, if you was really there, how come I feel like I'm like not important at all? Like,
mm,
if you really exist, how come you're still letting me go through all this shit in my life? For being homeless and evicted and moving every 6 months, like I don't want to go through that. No one should go through that.
yeah.
He's telling me if you believe in God, if you have God on your side, you'll be good and everything in your life will be great. But like nothing in my life was great. So it's just really about like it's if he's real or not and all the problems I had to go through.
Okay. No, that's good. Do you feel like are you go experiment more with that style? Like, just keeping it authentic like that? Did you feel like that was some therapy that you needed to get out? Some closure, you can if you will.
Yeah. I wrote that song and going into it, the, actually the name of the beat I used was called Dear God. And I was like listening to it and I saved it to my beats and then I went back to it and I was like, I could really like write to this and it really helped me get some stuff off my chest that I've never really talked about before.
Yeah. Okay. And also another song that you made, I want to know. Did you ever go do a music video to that song Heat? And what inspired Heat, man? Because Heat is heat. Heat is heat. I'm not go fake to you, man. I'm not gonna bullshit you. That was fire.
Well, I was with my friend and we were playing basketball and he was like, before we even started, he was like, if you want to, we can record today. And I was like, sure. So we started playing basketball, and he was playing beats off of his speaker while we were playing. And I heard a beat, and I was like, this is a good beat. And
Mm,
so he recorded a video, and we did like the same thing like 10 times, like
yeah.
10 different ways. And the photo for that picture is just so perfect. And it was just
What's
a
the
video. And what
what's the picture for it?
the picture was remember when LeBron was on the Heat and
Mm.
Dwayne Wade threw him that pass and like
Oh,
ran like
yeah.
that. and LeBron's in the background dunking it. It was a snap at the perfect second.
Yeah.
So that's why we used that picture. And he did the job. Shout outs to him. He did a great job with that picture. That was fire.
Yeah.
And we went into the studio and he was like, we could use this beat or we could use these beats. And he started playing some and we got to that beat. At first I thought it was whack because it was like
Yeah.
and like that intro just sounded so whack. I was like, no, we are not using this beat. And
Mm-hmm.
he was like, bro, just listen, just listen. I started listening, that beat dropped, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I can feel this.
That
So
shit,
we
yeah,
just
it
started writing.
perfectly, man.
And I
So,
told him, I was like, you know the Nestle Crunch commercials where it's like, that's why I love Nestle Crunch. But I wanted him to put that in the beginning where that like intro was playing. I
mm,
was like, bro, this will sound so hard, and he wouldn't do it, and I was so salty.
man, but that would have. Oh, you might have to say that Nestle Crunch sample though. For you might have to keep that in the cup for some though.
Yeah,
For real. So, what makes an artist in your opinion? What is an artist in your opinion?
just being different from everybody else because there's a lot of rappers that rap about the same thing and they just say it differently, but it's all just the same thing in the end, you know. So
Hmm.
just being different from everybody else is really like it's really cool to me because there's not a lot of rappers that are like that anymore. That are different. Everyone's just talking about the same thing. You know, living in
Yeah.
the hood, guns, gangs. But there are like rappers who do rap about like more deeper things. Like YoungBoy, I love YoungBoy because he talks about both, but like it's more meaningful. You know, like he just really puts it in, and like a lot of people don't really understand that like I feel his songs because I've been there.
Yeah.
Just being different from everybody else is really that's what I really look.
Yeah. So to get off the subject of music real quick, it's a lot of issues that's going on that we facing right here in this country right now. So I just wanted to know your thoughts on the protests going on with the cops and the killings of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Like how do you feel about that?
Um, I feel like it should have never happened, and that it is unacceptable that it happened, and I don't understand how a person could do that, especially a person who's supposed to enforce the law. Like how, like with the George Floyd, like he's begging for him to please get off his neck and he can't breathe yet. The officer's still kneeling on his neck and he can hear that he can't breathe while there's like
Hmm.
three other cops that are just standing there.
Yeah.
It really annoys me that like the person who was recording it didn't even do like I don't if I saw that I wouldn't even record it, bro. I don't even care if I'll go to jail or not. Like I'm jumping right in that. I don't care what sentence they give me. That's not cool, bro. At all.
No, I agree. Man, it's just a sad situation. If my granddad had a podcast at my age and he was talking, to a white person, he could literally have that same question asked, like in the 1960s. He could ask that same question. So that's wild right there. But do you ever feel like music wise, because you did the song Dear God, would you tap into the conscious woke music?
Yeah, I
Do you see like that's something that you could tap into or would, you know what I mean? You know, say something about because I feel like if a white rapper, because all right, black rappers, we can make like, woke songs, woke music. That's what we've been doing. But also feel like it also could be a good thing if we had white artists on board as well making conscious music. You get what I'm saying?
yeah. I I don't know. In my opinion, I've I've never really liked rapping about like what's going on today because I feel like everything, it is happening. It's all messed up. It's all crazy, and I wish that everything would end. But like just me personally, I feel like rappers talk about like the Black Lives Matter, coronavirus, like they're just making a trend. Like they're just trying to set a whole trend set off of it. And
Oh, what you're
I
saying?
I hate that so much. And I have one song that I made a reference to the coronavirus, but
Mm.
I didn't say it. Like I said something about I'm well aware of social distance. Like I never had a friend that helped me. Um, it's something about social distance. I forget how it goes, but it's I think it's through the pain, and
Mm.
but I'm not even trying to follow like a trend. Like I just that was just a bar, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like most of these rappers are just trying to have like a trend set for all of this, just so they can spark their life up again, spark their fame up again.
Rather than doing it for the actual love.
Right, right, right.
Okay. So, what is your um? You know, what it? I say, what is your style? Who inspired your style?
Eminem really inspired me. Machine Gun Kelly inspired me. Even like the older songs, like Tupac, that he inspired me because he was writing some some bangers back in the day.
Yeah.
Um,
Shout out to Tupac birthday today too, man. This is very, shout out Machiavelli Pot, man. It's
yeah,
love.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
sure, for sure.
if you could make a song with an artist that's dead or alive, you got four people making, a track mixtape with. Let's say mixtape. Who the four artists that you choosing? It could be male or female, dead or alive.
All right, I'm gonna put in Machine Gun Kelly for sure. I'm gonna put in Tupac because I could already see that going hard. Um, who
Mm.
else? Who else? Gotta have some people who got some meaningful shit to talk about. I feel like
Got two more. You got to make this mixtape right here. Like it's basically like Space Jam. Like if we lose, the Earth get destroyed. So you got to pick four artists that's with you. Yo, five that's gonna be with you. Save this Earth. So we got Pocket Machine Gun Kelly.
I'm gonna take um who's just on my head, Polo G,
Mhm.
and who's another old school rapper? Oh fuck. I'm trying to think of one, but
A
I
lot of
already
artists
said a Wu Tang, bro.
choose from. It's a lot. You go put your boy M in there, or you ain't.
Yeah, yeah, but I feel man, he would carry everything. He's
Like you.
good. So I'll take Eminem, Polo G, Tupac, and Machine Gun Kelly.
Okay. That's gonna save the world right there. That's gonna be the mixtape to save the world right there. Okay, bet. So
Let's
if
hope
you
Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly don't kill each other though. Might have to have them.
feel like they gonna need Pac and Polo G in the middle, they might have to do their songs separately.
I feel like Machine Gun Kelly and Polo G could make a really deep song together. Pac and Eminem kill it.
Yeah, I agree with that. So now, I know that you said you had stuff planned today as well, so I don't want to have you up in here for too long. I wanted to ask you some fan questions that was left for me. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you had a superhero power, what would you choose?
What would I choose? I would choose strength, super strength.
Okay, favorite cereal,
Fruity Pebbles,
favorite chips,
Doritos,
which flavor,
nacho cheese,
dip or no dip,
no dip.
Oh, talk your shit. All right. So, all
Who
right.
puts dip on Doritos? Nacho cheese Doritos.
Talk your shit. Okay. Vanilla ice cream, chocolate ice cream, or pink ice cream?
Vanilla.
Cake. Do you like cake or you like pie?
Cake or pop?
Cake or pie?
Oh, cake or pie. I'm gonna have to go with a pie.
What type of pie?
What type of pie? Ugh. The one with like the apple walnut cinnamon one.
Mm,
Uh,
it's okay. Okay. Favorite cartoon growing up?
favorite cartoon going. Ed and Eddie.
I need to know why now. I fuck with Ed and Eddie. Bro,
Yeah.
the, why you fuck with Ed and Eddie, man? Because I see a lot of people like our age, they be like Ed and Eddie was the truth. Like Ed, like that was the truth.
It really was. It was just I don't know, just growing up, that was such a fun show to watch. Like
Mm,
I remember watching it and like they all had different colored tongues. Like I thought that was sick. Like purple and green and shit. Like that was awesome. Like I've never seen another cartoon do that.
yeah, they was ahead of their time for the stuff that they was like doing and into, man. They had a lot of references to a lot of different stuff, man.
Yeah.
So what would you say to an inspiring artist right now, that's looking to get into the game? Because you said when you first started, when we had talked off the air, you had like, if you want to talk about it, you had some stage fright when you first started, but then you got over it.
Yeah.
So what would you tell to that artist that has stage fright?
It's just as once you start getting used to performing in front of people or just rapping in front of like your friends or whatever, like I feel like the best thing for someone to do is start small and start in like a group because then you get used to rapping in front of the same couple of people all the time and you gotta
Mhm.
get more comfortable with that. And then once you do that, you kind of other people hear it and it just expands, you know. So that's how I started. I was in a group and I rapped with the same like four people every single day. So
Yeah.
I got used to it to the point where like I was still shy, but I knew that if I wanted to make it, I had to get over that, and I just had to start rapping in front of more people, and that's how I got it over. Like I don't have a problem walking up to somebody and just start rapping for them at all.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So when did when was like damn, I know I can rap.
I was probably 15, and I wrote it was my second song, I think, and
Mhm.
honestly, the lyrics that I used at the time were like just like so good for a second song. Like it wasn't a great song because I still had work to do. Like it was nothing to what I have now. But
Yeah.
like it was some deep stuff, you know. It was like some real shit that I was going or
Mm.
had seen and it was good and I was like, damn, maybe I could do this and I just started writing more and really studying these other rappers and trying to implement the way that they do it into the way that I do it.
Yeah. Okay. So you experiencing both sides. Is it more pressure being in a group or being solo?
It's more pressure being in a group because everyone has their own pace that they write with and their own speed. And you know, there'll be sometimes where like we just someone wants someone else to just get it done and hurry up, but that other person like can't speed up their process because then it's not gonna sound good. So it's just like it feels like when you're in a group, it's like everyone feels like everyone's being rushed by another person, and it's really hard to do when you
Mhm.
feel like everyone's rushing you.
Yeah.
But like you know nobody's rushing you, but like that's how you think. Like we all want this to get done, but I'm trying to write quick so we can all get it done because that's how everyone else is thinking. You
Yeah.
know? But writing solo is a lot easier because you can stay your own pace and listen to it, the beat over and over again.
Okay. And my last and final question for you. Well, I got two for you, but this the last question. What would you tell somebody, man, that honestly had a fucked up ass experience with life, man? Going through shit, life, death, breakups, broke, house to house. What would you say to that motherfucker that's watching you right now, man or woman that's watching ESA right now?
I would say that eventually everything will get better. It may be a year from now, 5, 10, 15 years from now, but like eventually it gets better. Even if you're still young and you can't do anything about the situation you are in, eventually there will come a point to where you can do something about the situation. And it's once you can do something, it's just all based off of your decision, your choice that you make. You can either stay in that situation or you can get away from it. And I chose to get away from that.
Okay, facts. And last but not least, where can people reach you at, follow you at, you know?
On my Facebook, they can follow. My Facebook is Real Issa. My Instagram, Real.Issa. And my Snapchat is Real.Issa.
Okay. Well, y'all heard it here first, man. I just want to thank Issa again. Um, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm humbly saying, spread love, make money, be aware, stack, and be productive, everybody. Y'all already know the vibes. Jake Corleone out, East out, more heat on the way. You know the vibes. You know how we getting it. Club!